What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another weekly breakdown. This week, I was meant to pass 150k in funding and secure payouts. I was only 1% away from passing before everything went left. Let's dive right into the review and see what went wrong this week. Alright, let's take a look at what we went through this week. Alright, so this was meant to be the first trade of the week. But as you can see, I am not triggered. I can't necessarily remember why. I think I was probably tweaking things and I just ended up missing the trade and it never went my way. So right here, I'm trying to line up a better entry, try and see if I can get in, but never managed to get in. So never managed to get that trade, which is okay. We move on to the next. So after that move was done, I thought to myself, let me switch my bias and get right into buys. So this is the actual first trade of the week and my bias had switched now. I've seen a sweep on the higher time frame and a 5-minute FEG which I could use, and 1-minute IFEG right here. So as you can see, we tapped in very nicely, respecting the IFEG right there, breaking through these highs. But like I said, on the 1 minute, sometimes it can get shaky around these highs because it can take this and then just go back down, bro. So your bias has to be very on point. So right now I have this alarm right here because this alarm was meant to trigger to allow me to close all my accounts which were up 3% to close for 4%. So all those accounts were meant to close at that point, and then this account was up 4% ready to pass, right? So as you can see, 400. So that's where I think I started closing out on the other accounts just to make sure everything was good. So with this one, obviously I was trying to get more so that I can pass the challenge in one trade. So I was meant to get a 1-to-1, but I didn't. And this is where the downfall goes wrong, bro. This is where the downfall goes wrong. Because in this trade, I win this trade. However, because I tried to, see, pushing up now, going to take profit. And somehow I couldn't figure out how to place a take profit on TradingView, which sucked. But I'm new to the platform, so it is what it is. So we're up 500 right now, and I'm looking for more. So as you can see, I was just a little bit off, bro. So that trade was 583. I tried to close it at around like 600 and something, but I couldn't, bro. I couldn't. And I couldn't figure out how to use the take profit after I removed it. So I was just like, I was gone. So obviously this is my final trade. I'm kind of panicking in this situation. I'm thinking, what do I do? So I just closed it, hoping to get it. And what happens? We did not get it, bro. We did not get it, as you can see. So once the trade was closed, it had $50 left. $52 left, bro. Once the account was closed, it had $52 left, which really sucked. So this is where it all goes downhill, bro. It all goes downhill from here. What does a trader do when he's $60 away from passing his account? Chase his price action. That's what I did, and it was the worst decision I've ever made, bro. It was the worst decision I've ever made in my life. So I entered here trying to catch that $60, couldn't get it, closed out. I was getting nervous, I was panicking. I didn't know what to do, bro. I didn't know what to do. So as you can see, I entered again. So this is the second entry. The battle for $50. Please, thank you. I'm on my knees. So that's what I wrote at the time, because I was just like trying to get this $50, bro. And oh my god, I can't believe $50 done this to me. This is actually because of $50. Can you believe it? So yeah, don't ask me why I sold. I literally sold it. So I actually ended up holding this trade on my live account. So I wanted to hold for 1-to-4 because this strategy is very similar to my 1-to-4 strategy, which I used to use on CFD firms. So I was just like, everything aligns right now. Everything is aligning. So I was like, let me go for the 1-to-4. But in hindsight, that was a very, very big mistake. So the reason why I wanted to go for a 1-to-4 in this trade was because I was up 51,900. So when you get to 52,000 on your live account, the trailing drawdown comes to 50k and it locks there. So pay attention to that, because in my head, I thought that my whole drawdown was 48k during this whole trading time. I thought my whole drawdown would be 48. I'm chilling, but no, it trails every day. So make sure you're reading rules when you're signing up for prop firms, because these things can happen, rookie mistakes. But on the bright side, as you can see, I was up a pretty decent amount of money. So I was up 1.5k right here. I should have really closed this trade to make sure that I secure those profits. I'll be up an extra 2% or even 3%. And then my withdrawal will come through pretty smoothly. Everything will be perfectly fine. But as you can see, I did not close. I did not close for the 1 to 3. I wanted the 1 to 4. The greed within me. The greed within me. But I did have a plan, because it was meant to be with my, it was meant to collide with my old strategy. So I did have a plan, but maybe I should have ditched that plan for now. The reason why I say I should have ditched that plan is because the cost of this challenge compared to what I would have withdrew, even if I had 1% left after the withdrawal, is way more effective than me trying to chase profits. You know what I mean? Like, I could have just bought another account for $60 and had $900, which is the max payout in my bank account. But I didn't do that, which was, yeah, bro. I don't know what to tell you, but like, it was just cooked. So yeah, at this point, I just closed out that trade for 1%. So that trade was closed out for 1%, as you can see right there, which is okay. So I was still on track to get a payout, which was good. But then here comes the damage. So as you can see, if you look at this time right now, it's very late. I don't usually trade these times, but guess what I'm doing here? I'm chasing price again, trying to catch that $50, bro. Oh, now it's 100. You know what I mean? It's 150 now. So I'm chasing that randomly. Not even like good trades, not even good setups. So literally, I'm just getting unlucky. I'm over leveraging. Like, it's just bad, bro. It was just bad. In hindsight, I probably should have set my TP correctly so that it hit TP and I passed the account, but I didn't, as you can see. So right now I'm just watching this. It's literally a gamble. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm literally gambling right now, but I'm only gambling just so I can get $100 to pass the account. See, I was short, bro. Oh my god. So then I'm like, you know what? I can't do this, bro. It's going down too far. So I was just like, let me just close. So from 52,448, I went all the way down to 51,775. Just because I was trying to chase the win. I was trying to get $50. Just because I never set my take profit right. These are all the rookie mistakes which led to my downfall. But as you know, we learn over here. In my world, I'm always learning. So all of these things that happened, I'll try and improve as a trader and make sure that they don't happen again. We are still on Monday and I'm still trading, bro. And I don't know why. I don't know why, bro. I was really trying to chase it. I was really trying to chase it. So what you see here is actually kind of a legit setup, but it's out of my trading window. Why am I trading out of my trading window? I'm building these habits. I'm not breaking them down, bro. And I know I shouldn't be doing these things. You know what I mean? So as you can see, I ended up closing that trade for about minus $65. Like, I'm just panicking. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this at this point. You know what I'm saying? I can't control it. But in hindsight, I really should have just stuck to the script, bro. I should have just stuck to the script. Yeah, I'm just sitting there. I'm just thinking, what am I doing, bro? So finally, Monday's over, and I was meant to pass the account. If I had set my take profit properly, I was meant to get all my accounts up to a very, very good amount. But because I didn't do that, I ended up tilting and going down a chase of just trying to pass that account. Just from $50, bro. The $50 chase did this to me. So now we go over to Tuesday. So if you look at this time, it's 11. This is not my session. I'm not meant to be trading. So another rule, I broke another rule, bro. I broke another rule. Chasing again. This trade hit stop loss very quickly, bro. As you can see, very quickly hit stop loss. Like, and I'm just thinking, bro, this is bad. This is bad. Now I'm down, like very down. I'm not even meant to take this trade. So far during the week, I'm meant to be at 1%. But my impulsiveness made me down an extra like 3% by this point. I'm pretty sure I'm down 3% by this point. This week, I lost control over $50. I've been saying this. I'm going to say this over and over again so that I can pinpoint it in my own mind. You know what I'm saying? And for those of you out there watching, hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and continue growing as a trader, as I'm going to learn from the mistakes. So far, we're actually meant to be profitable this week. So now, next trade. So first of all, this trade I was meant to enter here, but I was watching it a little bit. Now you can see I'm very cautious now because I just keep getting slapped up by all the trades which I'm not meant to be taking. So I'm not even executing as I'm meant to be with the legit trades, which sucks. And you don't want to do that to yourself and diminish your skill just because you made the wrong mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't be afraid to take trades because I know that I have a profitable system with a good win rate. But only because I break my own rules so many times that I become afraid. And that's something that I need to work on. Right here, I'm typing a very different number to what I usually use. I increase my risk. Yes, another big mistake. So increase my risk to 750, trying to wait for this trade. So at this point, I'm still chasing. I'm still chasing the pass. I'm still chasing the pass for this week. And that's not how I'm meant to perform as a trader. That's not how I'm meant to act. Okay, I just entered the trade. Overall, this was a very bad setup in general. Like the IFEG was already disrespected. We came very close to the stop loss in the beginning. So now we're just watching it reject. So I'm not really even meant to be in this. But I decided to enter anyway because I'm just being impulsive this week. And the impulsiveness has a punishment. You will be punished for being impulsive. And I was punished. Pause. Pause. So right now I'm just watching just red numbers just go through my screen. Okay, so this is Friday's trade. Valid trade, to be fair. I can't really bash it. Like, price took previous day highs and then it went back down, creating very big liquidity pools within here. So I was thinking bearish sentiment. So this is a valid trade. I can't really fault it. Like, there was nothing wrong with this trade. Yeah, so that ended up being a loss. I don't know. I feel like price was just way too volatile for my model that day. Like, there's nothing much I could have done about that. But that was a standard loss. Nothing major. I didn't break no rules. So far, we're meant to be up 1 win, 1 loss. So break even week so far. Meant to be up 1 win, 1 loss. Break even week so far. This is meant to be Friday's second trade, last trade of the week. This is where I learned a very big lesson on what EOD trailing drawdown means, bro. So as you guys know, that I've been trading CFD prop firms. So you just have 10% and 5%, 8%, 8%, whatever you want to call it. Either way, for most prop firms, your drawdown doesn't chase you in CFDs, but in futures, it does. And I knew that, but it literally slipped my mind. I swear to you, it slipped my mind. Because you can see right here, if you look right here, I am trying to log into my account. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, I need to get into this trade. I'm like, what is going on? How do I tell you? Because of my antics this week, I ended up losing 2,000, and that's where my drawdown was trailed to. My max drawdown was trailed to 50,000, and I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know this is how it works. I knew it, but I forgot it. You know what I mean? It was one of them ones where it just slips out your mind because I've been so used to CFD prop firms. So this is literally me trying to log in. I'm like confused. I'm like, what's going on? I'm trying to log in, trying to figure out what happened. Long story short, I couldn't log in and all my accounts were blown. Every single one of them, including my masters, which was meant to get a payout, a 1K payout, max payout this week. At first, I was very upset. I was like, how could this happen? But then I thought to myself, all of this happened because of me. It was all my fault. This week, I was meant to be up 2%. I was meant to be up 2% this week. If I had followed my plan, if I had set my take profit right, I was meant to be up 2% this week. And I would have passed all my accounts. I would have got a payout and everything would have been smooth. But because of me chasing $50, I ruined every single thing without realizing. I forgot about the trailing drawdown. So I could have been up so much and my 50K would have trailed everything. But as you guys know, this is my first time trading futures prop firms. and make sure you read rules. Whenever you are trading and you go to a prop firm, make sure you read the rules and you understand what's going on, because if you don't, this is what will happen to you and you blow everything. In hindsight, next time I will not break my rules. I will not trade out of the session, which I'm not meant to trade in. I think this all happened because I got a bit too overconfident. And that's like one of my biggest flaws in trading. My biggest flaws is that when I'm winning, I keep winning and I want to do more and do dumb stuff. I don't know. I don't know why I do that. But that's something that I really need to correct if I want to be a successful trader. I'm right at the tip of the edge of me being a successful trader. I've passed many accounts. I've had many payouts. But at the same time, I feel like I have nothing to show for it. That's why from now on, after doing this is the first time I publicly disclose me losing my accounts. So now there's no turning back, and I will be improving from the mistakes that I made. Next week we'll be getting accounts, making sure that we perform well, we perform with discipline, everything's correct. And to be fair, outside of trading, my schedule was very messed up this past month. I was doing well this whole month, but my schedule being off was made very apparent because some of the things I was doing this week was just beyond me, bro. And honestly, looking back at this, I'm going to be like, I can't even believe I'm posting this because, bro, everyone can see all of this. But I want people to see this so they can learn and understand the things that you can do to stop yourself from being profitable. Like sometimes, well, most of the times, it's never your system. You have to understand it's your psychology. And that's the things that I need to work on personally. So that's why I'm disclosing this and documenting it, so that I can improve and show others that it's possible to become a better trader. It's possible to do this. I believe in this. So with that being said, this is the final trade of the week, which was meant to bring me back up to 1% on all the accounts. So here I am thinking, oh, let me log in and place this trade, but I can't because I broke the rules. I've breached every single account. So at the end of the day, this week was all my fault. Like there was nothing to do with my strategy. My strategy performed well this week. It was just me chasing price and making mistakes and breaking rules, all of that. So I'm going to grab a new account next week and I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be diligent and I'm going to work towards trying to pass the account and getting the payout. And with this time, I won't focus too much on how to get the payout because I could have had the payout, took it, got a new account. And also, I could have had the payout, passed all the accounts, and had fresh accounts. So I don't even know what was going through my head, bro. I was too much greed because I literally could have got a payout, and then sure, I would have had 2% drawdown left, but I would have passed 4 other accounts during that time. So all those accounts would have been fresh. I would have took a win on them. I would be up. So it's unfortunate what happened, but at the end of the day, it was all my fault, and I'm willing to accept that, and I'm willing to improve and willing to restart this journey. So this is the final trade of the week, what it was meant to be. And as you can see, it rejected pretty nicely. Everything was going smooth. Within the session, didn't break no rules. Yeah. But at this point, I'm just watching it. I'm watching it in despair. I'm watching this trade in tears, bro, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn. But I was too used to the CFD rules that it slipped my mind that EOD trailing drawdown exists. The only reason I trade futures right now is because of the platform. Like I will actually sacrifice 4%, 6% drawdown because CFD has 10%, bro. I'll actually sacrifice that drawdown just to be able to trade and hit my targets perfectly or almost perfectly. So that's why I'm going to stick around and I'm going to go again because I believe this is worth it. And the scalability of futures accounts is incredible. So I will not be stopping. Why would I stop anyway? Everything that went wrong this week was because of me and my impulse. So yeah, as you can see, this trade ended up being a win, but which I never got, which was fine. So yeah.